Everybody, welcome to the channel. It is the 11th of May. We are going to take a look at Casper early this morning. Also going to take a look before we jump into the charts over at some market sentiment. Let's take a look over there to start this off. So here we are on the crypto fear and greed index. I have been mentioning this in the past couple of videos. And the reason is because we are in extreme fear for the markets here. Very oversold here in the markets. Of course, that does not mean you cannot head lower. It is just not sustainable to stay at these levels. Of course, not financial advice. Sitting over here at a 12. So you could see yesterday we were at a 10 and today we are at a 12. So bumped up a little bit, still sitting over at that extreme fear level. You can scroll down here a bit. Let's go to, so you can see basically in the past year of data, we are pinned down here at the low levels. It looks like, so there's an 8. Actually, no, that was the date. So it looks like we might not get below a 10. Let's go to max here, see if we can get below. So here is a reading of a 5. So that is quite incredible. I just had it on here. I don't know if I can get it back. So it looks like we do go below a 10, but it obviously will not hold. So we are very low. If you look over on the right-hand side and you look at the 10 horizontal line, when we get down to these levels, it does not stay there forever. Maybe a couple days, maybe longer. You could see basically it looks like the 21st of July and the 2021 summer, we hit a 10 and then we bounced all the way up to the, looks like high to mid 70s. So right now we're sitting at a 10 or a 12, I should say, and a 10 yesterday. Pretty interesting. Markets are getting oversold. A lot of fear out there. And if you read this down here, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. Pretty key words there, too worried. That could be a buying opportunity for the contrarian investor. So take that for what it's worth. All right, guys, let's jump over to some charts here. Over here to TradingView. So Casper has been getting hammered the past couple days. Looks like we're down right now 19.28% once again this morning. There's a couple key levels on the chart I want to share with you guys today as this thing continues to head to the downside. So we have one level up in here at the, looks like around the 7-cent area. This level right in here was an important area. So if you're trading in and out of Casper, in and around this area is where Casper actually went short to the downside. So long trades are bullish to the upside, short trades are bearish to the downside. So there was a short trade taken in and around that area. And as you can tell, Casper has been heading lower ever since then. So far, we have no bullish confirmation besides market sentiment. And we know markets will not head down forever. At some point, we will get a very strong reaction back to the upside. So that is level 1 right there. And since we broke that and didn't return, that was a pretty good concern of Casper. Pretty big concern of Casper anyways for me. And that was a short entry in and around there. And then I have also mentioned in prior videos, this area right in here, this 5-6 area is also another important area. And so it was support. It looks like we had We had support number 1, and then in March we had a support number 2, and then we actually broke that. And I mentioned that, is this third time going to be the break for Casper? And looking back, it was for now. So that actually could have been, since we broke that and never looked back, that could have been another addition to your short entry. So you could have taken a short position up and around here and then established more of that position up in here when we broke that and never looked back. So that is 2 big concerns so far for Casper. But keep in mind, I do expect a very strong bounce back up higher in the near term here. If that does not take place, we could be heading quite a bit lower. But keeping in mind that market sentiment is in a very good place right now, I don't expect this to continue lower and lower and lower. I expect more of a V bottom, actually. So, of course, it might not play out, but that is kind of what I am looking for here. Quite the opportunity here, though, down 20% if you're looking to pick up some shares of this. Probably couldn't get a better time here. But it's tough. Who knows? It could continue lower. So we got break number 1 up in here, and that was a concern of Casper. Another break under here. Like I said, it would have been good to see support there. And I also mentioned that if we do not see support here, there's a good chance we're heading much lower. And as you can tell, that is playing out so far. Yesterday was a little bit of a fake out. We had a good candle wick close to the upside, and they just crushed it once again this morning. So tough for the bulls if you're holding long here, unless you are accumulating down in here. That is a good thing. Also mentioned that this basically has a rough head and shoulders look, and you can see that this line here was the break, so that obviously has played out. Basically a big distribution here. So anyways, we have those 2 levels. We have the 7.2 level and the 5.6 level. Those are both areas that it would have been nice to see Casper find support. Obviously, looking back, it has not, and it has broken below those, and those were definitely short entries. So I have another line on the chart here. So I have a line down in here at the 3-cent level. It's this white horizontal line running across the screen here. And what does that represent? That represents this low over in here. So on the 11th of May in 2021, which coincidentally is 1 year ago from today. I did not catch that before the video. So 1 year ago today, we hit a low in Casper of 3 cents. And according to this data, we hit a high of $66. I don't think that is accurate 100%. I think other data from charts are in the couple dollar range. I've been using this chart ever since doing the Casper videos and keeping an eye on it. So I don't really think that's accurate. I think it is more representative of up in the, perhaps this area, the $4 range. But anyway, this low is 3 cents. And I have a white horizontal line here because that is the next line in the sand, in my opinion. If we're going to continue lower, and we are on a trajectory right now to head to 3 cents. I mean, we could be there within the hour, within the next 30 minutes. We're at 3.9 now, so we don't really have that much further to go here to get down to that 3 cents. I think the price will find support there. Maybe it'll undercut it a little bit, but that's all we got here for Casper. If it continues lower from there, it's anybody's guess. I don't have any models or any tools to tell me where it could stop from there, but that is, just wanted to share that with you guys. We have that 3 cent level, and that is the bottom of that area. Maybe they're pushing the price down there, tap that bottom before they push it back up. Maybe they need some inventory at those lower levels. But keep in mind that Casper has been short since this 7-cent area, and then another addition would have been around here in this 5-cent area. So tough for the longs unless you are dollar cost averaging to the downside. Then you are getting quite a miracle here at these very, very low prices. So far today, we hit a low of 385. So let's see how much further until we get down to 3 cents. We'll take our measurement tool here. So basically, we'll call it right there down to 3. So basically, another 23%, give or take a little bit, would get us down to that area. That would put us down 40+% for the day. That would be quite a haircut and quite a good trade for the bears in Casper. If you're short from up in here or up in here, perhaps you short it up here at the 200 day. I personally would not have done that, but these areas in here, the 7 and 5, mid 5s, were definitely short entries. So keep that in mind. And once we get a V bottom here, I think that is what's going to play out. These markets are starting to get crazy oversold, but it's tough to buy a falling knife here. When we start to move back to the upside, these areas are going to come back into play, and they are going to be a little bit of a struggle for the price, in my opinion. We're going to have some overhead resistance, especially at this area, because there was a lot of price support here and some there. So I think when the price comes up, we could find a little bit of trouble there, and perhaps that'll be where we print that lower high. Let me try to remove that. Let's see if I can move this over a bit. So something like this could play out. We could get a move higher. And that'll be nothing but a lower high. Having a little bit of trouble here with these tools. Get a move up here. Nothing but a lower high, still in a downtrend. Pull back. Key importance area right there. We'll get a higher low, and then perhaps we'll move through that second zone. Maybe we'll pull back again. That would be a higher low and a higher high, confirmed uptrend, and then maybe we'll get that break above that first area, that first short area. So that's obviously a pretty perfect scenario. We could also see something like this play out. Let me try to get rid of this for you guys. That's my phone. Excuse my cell phone there. All right, so let's, it's possible we saw it over in here, in this area over in here. Looks like the 6th and 7th of August. I mean, we had massive candles. I believe those were like 40% days. So yeah, you could see a massive reversal from here, breaking through all these in a couple candles. It depends. I mean, if the market gets extremely oversold, the reactions to the upside can be quite mind-blowing. So always keep in mind, you could see something like this play out, and that would definitely get you back up into these levels. But right now, there is some fear in the markets, and if Casper had its own market sentiment, it would be pinned at max fear. So if you're a contrarian investor, my opinion, not much of a better time here to be accumulating Casper cryptocurrency. Keeping in mind that another 20% lower, in fact, actually a little bit more than that, gets you down to that 3 cent area down in here. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the video comments. Be careful out there. These markets are wild. But like I said, if you're a contrarian investor, haven't seen prices this low since 1 year ago, back in pretty crazy that it was 1 year ago from today that we hit that low on May 11th. And then according to this data, but I don't know how accurate this is, looks like we had a close up at $4. So 3 cents to $4. Just for fun here, we'll call it there. Like I said, I don't know. It's like a 14,000% move within the day. I was not around trading this at that point, but if you were, let me know if that is accurate. But I don't think it is. I think you're more in the dollar or so plus range, give or take, according to some of the other exchanges. So here we are getting crushed, down 22%, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Check out our community post. We have some polls up there, have some things coming out here for the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.